Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, is commemorated as Every Day Deserves a Massage Week from July 13th to 19th in US. A relaxing massage after a hard day or week is just what the doctor ordered, and that's our reason for celebrating Every Day Deserves a Massage Week, which takes place in the second week after July 4th from July 13th this year. This week is especially observed to promote the benefits of massages while raising awareness about the profession itself. People regard massages as one of the oldest forms of the medical care. Ancient cultures have believed in the benefits of a good massage, and Egyptian tombs even have paintings of people getting a massage. One of the earliest texts on the massages is called the Yellow Emperor's Classic Book of Internal Medicine and dates back to 2700 BC in China. This book is now staple in massage therapy training and is the main textbook for teaching forms of alternative medicine like acupuncture, acupressure, and herbology in China. And similarly, likewise, even in India, we have even more older texts from Ayurveda, which is the first and foremost medicine that was available to the humankind, in where even similar therapies were mentioned in detail. So another possible birthplace of massages and massage therapy, apart from India, India has anyway records indicating this form of treatment since 5000 BC. The traditional form of Indian medicine was Ayurveda, a Sanskrit word that translates a life health or a life science, uses touch to treat people. So in later years, massage therapy spread around the globe, and various monks took it to various places in the world, like to Japan added their own twist to it, And similarly, in every country, they have their own based on their cultures and tradition. In Japan, it is called as Anma, later as Shiatsu. Greek athletes would use massage to condition their bodies before competitions, and Greek doctors use herbs and oils combined with massages to treat different medical conditions. So, the popularity of this therapy declined in the West over the years as new discoveries in pharmacology and medical technology changed the way we looked at medicine. That is, until the 18th century, when massage therapy began to gain recognition once again. By the early 19th century, a Swedish doctor, Per Hernikling, developed the Swedish movement system, which is regarded as the foundation of the Swedish massage. Medical gymnasts, as they were called at this time, used movement and manipulation of the body to treat orthopedic problems and other ailments at hospitals and clinics. In the 1850s, scientific massage therapy was being introduced to the US via Sweden educated physicians and brothers George and Charles Taylor. Their introduction led the way for two new clinics to be established, one in Boston and other in Washington, D.C. The late 19th century saw the rise of hydrotherapy in conjunction with massages. People believe this to be precursor of today's spa treatments and services. The popularity and subsequent research into massage therapy began to increase greatly. There was growing interest in alternative medicine, and well documented research proved that massage therapy could be used to treat acute and chronic pain and acute and chronic inflammation, chronic lymphedema, nausea, muscle spasms, various soft tissues, dysfunctions, anxiety, depression, insomnia, and psycho-emotional stress. So physical therapy was now a licensed profession in the US, and the American Massage Therapy Association, AMT, was established in 1943. They built ethics and education standards based on which modern massage practitioners still perform services. Today, many people refer to alternative forms of therapy, including massage therapy, as a statement of healthier style. The healthcare industry commonly uses massage therapy in hospitals, nursing homes, and birthing centers. The largest massage therapy membership organization in the United States, Associated Bodywork and Massage Professionals, in short known as ABMP, founded every day deserves a massage week, giving their time, money, and effort to this cause. They say it as a way to bring community of professionals together, raise awareness about their duties, and promote the healing massages can bring to the people. Today is also commemorated as Palm Day in US on July 13th. As we pay homage to the heart of every farm, sometimes built even before the main house, they are historically the center of the farm, usually accommodating animals, grain, hay, and equipment. In fact, the word barn originates from the Old English word for bare or barely and aim, which means storage space. So the practice of building barns did not originate in the US settlers from the Europe who worked the land brought ideas from their home country which influenced the type of barns that were being built at the time. Many modern barns took inspiration from the three aisle medieval barns, also called monastic barns. The familiar English barn design was popular throughout the North America. Later on, different barn designs were developed according to the changing needs of the farmers. Whatever the design, barn raising was always an integral part of farm culture. Barns protect the farmer's livelihood, and building one wasn't easy considered their size. Neighbors came together to help build barns for their community. Women and children would prepare food and bring tools to the men who were working on the barn. A crew would assist construct a recognizable barn within a day's work as well as build friendships along the way. Once the barn raising was done, people would rather for a barn dance. These social events brought people of all ages together to celebrate harvests, weddings, and holidays. The tradition of dancing to lively music and enjoying a home-cooked meal is still practiced today, though more likely within a large indoor building space than a traditional barn. Despite its initial builders being foreign in origin, barns have grown to be closely associated with America culture as cowboys and apple pie. If they can be maintained or reimagined for other uses, they will continue to be appreciated by future generations. Today is also commemorated as Embrace Your Geekness Day in US. From Dungeons and Dragons to Aquaman, if you are into any sort of fandom and not afraid of to show it, Embrace Your Geekness Day on July 13th is for you. It's time to dust off your wizarding robes, collect those poke balls, and charge up your lightsabers to fan. No fan is greater or more creative than that of any fantasy land. And today is about embracing your love for your favorite fandoms. Your geekness is being rewarded by other geeks around the world. So once upon a time, geekiness may have been something popularly frowned upon, a time when self-proclaimed nerds would shutter away their comic books and wizarding capes in the hopes that they wouldn't live to see another day when their glasses needed taping. And while geekness may have a social taboo in past today, it has become a symbol of creativity, passion. A term geek was used to refer to circus performers in the Victorian age. Before that, a geek was simply a freak used in the English language or a fool in German. These oddballs were put on display in traveling geek shows and circuses where they would eat the head off of a It wasn't until the mid to late 20th century that the term geek arose as we know it today, someone who is fanatic about this fantasy worlds of superheroes and or magic. And will those who were openly geekish used to be the victims of swirlies and being shoved into lockers today? The term has become popularly and warmly embraced as more and more people reveal themselves to be a little bit geeky. Today is also commemorated as Fool's Paradise Day on July 13th every year. It's a day to forget the worst sides of reality and embrace the fantasy world of our thoughts to normalize this and assert importance of having a happy place to go to when things get dark and out of hand. A fool's paradise is made up world we imagine, a world where we can find eternal happiness. Whilst people might make fun of such thoughts as childish naive, Fool's Paradise Day is a day to embrace such as paradise and try to find happiness amidst all the tension and pressure of the real world. We may say that humans are not yet evolved enough to understand such an intrinsic question, but what does not mean, but that does not mean we should not ponder over it. What is our purpose? What we are? Who made us? Are few questions each of us has asked at some point in our lives. We are not sure if answers will be found in our lifetime, so we like to dismiss such complex questions by remarking that purpose of our entire life is to find answers to these questions. But that may not be the entire purpose. When it comes to the matter of purpose, and the first thing that comes to mind is happiness. We do everything for happiness. Air, water, food, and shelter are important. Being happy is an important a need. Happiness is an emotion. It is a state of mind filled with contentment and satisfaction. We don't usually believe that true happiness can never be achieved. Life seems to be one long ride chasing the elusive entity called happiness. If reality is something that slows us down on our journey towards happiness, then there is a cheat we can use to feel a temporary euphoria. As stated before, happiness is a state of mind. We can train our minds to find happiness in our thoughts. That is the origin of fool's paradise. In our quest to find true happiness, we can rest in our own thoughts as we define the parameters of our own happiness. With our imagination, we can create a paradise in our thoughts. A happy place where we have everything we ever wanted and needed. Take a day off to create such a world inside your mind and enjoy some time pondering your adventure in that fantasy land. Today is also commemorated as Gruntled Workers' Day in US on July 13th this year, and contrary to what the word might convey, it was founded to celebrate all that is positive about one's work or job. If Friday nights are your night to get together with pals or co-workers, go to a bar and vent about your job, rental workers day is for you, as it can spur you on to reflect on your work and make meaning of it for yourself. And if there are absolutely nothing to like, why not take a bold step and change something? In a world with growing dissent and job satisfaction, Rental Workers' Day can serve as a powerful reminder that all work has meaning and a purpose to it. So much of its fulfillment we can find in our work is actually a choice. Not only can we see our work in more positive light, but we can also spread the positivity by appreciating the work or services or any other worker or service provider. A simple thank you for something specific and having a nice day can go a long way in making someone's day. Today is also commemorated as National Barber Shop Music Appreciation Day on July 13th in US. We can hear many beautiful voices harmonizing, and they are telling us it's National Barber Shop Music Appreciation Day, a yearly event to celebrate barbershop music, a style of voice only, a cappella music style music. This day is not to be confused with any other barbershop themed event. National Barbershop Quartet Day. People of all ages, genders, and nationalities come together to perform at various public or private events, singing melodies across genres in a pop culture world. This day is a little slice of nostalgia, beauty, and authenticity combined. Barbershop music may have originated in England in 1600s and has since grown in popularity due to American influence. Barbers would keep a sitar in their shops for customers to play while they waited. Some customers eventually began in inventing their sounds, placing pebbles inside tin cans, and so on, resulting in barbers' music. In the now famous journal, the famed English naval administrator Samuel Pepys described this music as amateur international music. Traditional songs are still sung through barbershop music now includes more current styles of music, including pop, rock, and show tunes to attract a younger audience. By 1930s, the America uh, had this music, and as the local barbershops were preferred haunts for local men, the barbershop music became the music of the nation. African American culture and their traditional music took this style of music to another level. Folk songs and hymns were sung in four parts, leading to the barbershop music distinctive style being established. However, this music only hit its stride in 1900s, becoming insanely popular by the 1940s. However, the only official organization singing these songs was All Male, the women whose husbands were part of the Male Barbershop Music Society for the Preservation and Encouragement of Barbershop Quartet Singing in America, in short known as SPEB, SQSA, were particularly inspired. They had first-hand experience of how much fun this style of music could do. So on July 13, 1945, Edna May Anderson invited the wives of other SPEB SQSA members to her home in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a singing season. And this Three Deadlines was born on that very day. And today, this organization is one among many barber music groups, popularizing the style of music across America and the globe. Today is also commemorated as National Beans and Franks Day in US. The purpose of this particular meal day is to celebrate the uniqueness of America's first invented comfort foods. It's a basic dish identical to beans, except the frankfurters are used instead of meat. It is used as a comfort food for years and is normally served in casual atmosphere. By 1898, the Van Camp Packing Company produced 6 million cans per year. Indiana has become the biggest nation's biggest producer of canned baked beans by 1909. Thanks to the Van Camp's family's enterprise, the franks are chopped into bite-sized pieces before being put into the beans. While beans and franks are considered a single phrase, Van Camp owns the beanie's trademark. The origins of this a regular 14.6 oz can of Heinz beans contains around 465 beans. Don Lerman of New York holds the world record of eating 6 pounds of baked beans in 1 minute and 48 seconds. A 9.1 oz dish of beans with franks has 359 calories. There are correct and incorrect ways to consume a hot dog. The world's most expensive hot dog was sold for $169 in Seattle, Washington in 2014. Today is also commemorated as National Delaware Day in US on July 13th every year, which aims to commemorate the state of Delaware and how it was the first American state to officially declare independence from the British. The land of Delaware was used to be part of state of New York and later Pennsylvania, but now it stands proud of its own. The state was named after the Delaware River and Bay, which was in turn named after Thomas West, 3rd Baron de la Warr. It gained official statehood in 1776 when the 13 colonies declared independence from the British. Today is also commemorated as National Rock Day, which is celebrated on July 13th every year, is all about paying tribute to rocks. And we are not talking about extravagant rock music and rock concerts with guitars and a raving audience. We are talking about literal rocks. So rocks are not simply rocks, that all the rocks, fall into 3 categories: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. The study of rocks is known as geology. So if you are a budding geologist and looking to pursue a degree in the field, have to look at these science subjects. So technically, a rock is naturally occurring solid aggregate of one or more minerals or mineraloids. Rocks cover the entire Earth. In fact, the Earth's outer solid layer, the lithosphere, is made up of rock and has been put to use by humans throughout history. Rocks may not seem very important to most people, but they are essential for the very survival of humans, and rocks played a part in the human evolution that we are experiencing today. International Rock Day is a special day to celebrate and honor this very essence of life. The main aim of International Rock Day is to raise global awareness about the importance of rocks and encourage people around the world to learn more about the rocks. There are 3 basic types of rocks which were weathered into fragments that are carried away carried away by the water, wind, and ice, and metamorphic rocks, which were essentially igneous or sedimentary rocks that have been changed by heat and pressure. At a granular level, rocks are usually composed of grains of minerals, which in turn are homogeneous solids formed from chemical compounds. Unfortunately, there is no solid history behind the creation of International Rock Day, and the origination and the creator of this day remain unknown. Nonetheless, this day needs to be celebrated because of the usefulness of rocks to mankind. So happy learning about the rocks. Rocks consist of collection of minerals that are formed from other materials. According to science, any rock can become any other. In a way, rocks can be formed from fragments of other rocks. They can be even formed from the remains of plants or animals. In short, uh, no, rocks are not alive. Living things are defined by a set of characteristics, including the ability to reproduce, grow, move, breathe, adapt, and respond to their environment. Rock is a non-living thing. So the best thing you can do to celebrate International Rock Day is to spread the word, create awareness about the different types of rocks and how they have shaped the evolution of humans. One of the interesting ways you can celebrate International Rock Day is by researching the different types of rocks available across the globe. Not only this is educational, but it is also a fun way to spend the day. You can organize a rock painting party with your friends and family. All you need to do is grab a rock, wash off the dirt, and start painting. Rocks are dated according to eras using a time scale dividing the Earth's history. The variety of rock types and sediments have been found on Mars similar to rocks on Earth. A shooting star is actually just a bit of space rock entering the Earth's atmosphere. Ores are rocks containing metals like gold and silver. Gold is a rock too. Most gold mined returns to the Earth as most of it is buried in subterranean bank vaults. So, International Rock Day is a much needed day to spread awareness about the importance and benefits of rocks. By observing this day, we can also spread awareness that rocks are a significant part of human evolution. International Rock Day encourages people to research and learn about the rocks. To do this, people might go on a rock exploration and get a fresh breath of life. One of the wonderful things we can take home from International Rock Day is that it not only rocks are cool, but they can also bring like-minded people together. What is there not to love about that? Today is also commemorated as Sovereignty Day of Montenegro in Montenegro on 13th July, when the Berlin Congress recognized Montenegro as an independent state on July 13, 1878. However, do not confuse this day with the Montenegro's Independence Day, which falls on May 21st. The locals celebrate the occasion with 2 days of freedom from their regular work by grooving to the tunes of local music. Politicians and civic leaders come out to deliver speeches on this day. While colorful parades occupy the streets in different parts of the country, fairs also take place in various areas where you can find food stalls serving a melon of local delicacies. A tiny Balkan country nestled in the lap of mountains and lined up stripes of beaches, Montenegro is a popular summer destination for many Europeans. Sounds like a peaceful retreat, but the nation's history wasn't always so harmonious. Montenegro was under the rule of Ottoman Empire before 1878 and took a series of revolutions for it to get out of Turkish clutch. Montenegro finally attained freedom under the Treaty of Berlin, recognized by the Congress of Berlin as the 27th independent country in the world. However, Montenegro wasn't considered a democracy as it was ruled by its monarch, Nicholas I. It officially became a kingdom in 1910, although this did not last very long. In 1918, Montenegro joined hands with Serbia and subsequently became a part of Yugoslavia after the First World War. This status remained for several reasons until the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia dissolved in 1992. Post this, Montenegro and Serbia together formed the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, and it wasn't until 2003 that these two states got their own names. Eventually, in 2006, Montenegro parted ways with its longtime companion Serbia to become a fully independent country. It also became a member of the UN in the same year. July 13 is also the anniversary of another significant part of Montenegro's history. On this day in 1941, the public began an uprising against Nazi occupation during the Second World War. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link with different commemorations. Take care. Good night. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form before leaving the platform.